The elderberries are blooming. How about that? That's very nice. Today is just gorgeous. A little bit too sunny almost. It was very overcast at lunch. Yeah. There's a lot going on here. And nothing that I've made happen directly too very much. Most of my time, this time of year, is spent doing things like this. And I have been yanking at the cliffside a lot. See that big pile? I blocked my stairwell for myself because I'm a goober. I moved the pile that was here to here, but haven't done anything else about that yet. So I guess we'll go have a look around. Right now, the trench is housing all of those bitty tiny little trees. There are 4 in bigger pots, and that's it. And then I've got a bunch more. A lot of these are red buds. I've got a bunch more red buds coming up. It seems like they need 2 winters of stratification, so I'll have to be considerate of that, or just continue to. The reason I have so many right now is because I dug them out from underneath a city tree. They were just going to get mowed anyway. The ones that I planted as seeds seem to have needed 2 seasons to grow. So that's a different story. I do seem to have something coming up here that's not the usual, but here's something fun. Yeah, I didn't know what that was when I planted it, so I kind of need to go back and check the videos to see what kind of seed it was. This could potentially be a magnolia tree, but yeah, for the most part, it kind of looks like my overwintered seeds aren't really showing themselves too much. Really hoping that I'll start to see something else here too soon, and that's the elephant ears amaranth. Or elephant amaranth, because that is a really good grain crop, and it's supposed to sell free seeds, so I'm really hoping that I start to see some of it soon, because I'd be sad if I didn't get that crop. Peas are starting to develop. There's one that's almost like a good size to eat. I really like peas, so I'm happy about that. Here's something cool. Oh, I tripped. Sorry. Look at that. See that red tinge? You see all these berries? Yeah, I gotta get over here and start picking. Yeah? How about that? They're getting eaten by a lot of bugs. Makes sense, the tree's dying. So, it's really not that surprising. Let's see, back here we have all of the walking onions. Like, whoa, right? Thinking I might pick the tops off these and put them in tiny little pots or something. Get them going for other people to have, maybe. But then again, I might not. I'm not sure. The poppies are just about done, it seems like. Got a few more coming along, but they're a very quick burst of color, and then they go, typically. Unfortunately, down here, something ate the little ground level apples. What do they say about the low-hanging fruit? Well, but it's getting taller already. I'm going to have to make sure that we don't end up with 2 liters here, because this is supposed to be columnar, so having it fork would be bad. Keep a close eye on that. Pretty soon the Joe Pie is going to be taller than me again. I think this is going to end up being, in the end, where I put that pear. It didn't bloom, so it is a good year to move it when I get a chance. But I want to make sure that I really got all of that buffalo currant out of here first, because otherwise there will be no helping it later. The lovage is trying to bloom. These are going to be covered in ants soon, so I'm going to pickle them or something. I should go after them now. And then these are garlic. Yeah, here we go. The scapes are going to get started soon too. Garlic scapes. I mean, that basically is already started. I don't know if this is wood anemone. I planted some seeds for it, but I thought I planted them in the middle. But, like, on the chance that it could be, I'm not pulling it out. But I feel ridiculous, 'cause that's huge. I hope it blooms soon so I can be sure. Yeah. Look at this rhubarb. I'm gonna harvest this. This is getting insane. Sage is in full bloom. I have so many ants. It's insane. Look at this. Look at this. They're on the milkweed. I don't know why I have such a huge colony of ants, like multiple colonies all over the place. Kitten's crying. Oh, look, the bean flowers are getting started. That could be food today. This is the dwarf bean flower, also known as Stella d'Oro lily, which is, I call them bean flowers because you eat the flowers like beans. You just cook them. You can't have them raw. I'm not a fan of that. But I love them in stir fry. So, and I like the dwarf variety better for 2 reasons. It's ever blooming, and it doesn't take over quite as bad. It's much more manageable. Let's see, we could go up over that way, but I blocked the way with all the rubbish. Oops. Looks like I might actually get some. Look at these. Look at these walking onions being crazy. Looks like I might actually get some raspberries here. How great is that? And then there's more here. Yeah, so that's exciting. More peas and more milkweed down the way. These are the, there's only one species of milkweed that has edible parts. I'm pretty sure it's just the pods that are edible. Like, I literally have to go back and look it up again because I'm a silly person not paying attention to my own research sometimes. But, oh, I did learn that peony flowers are edible. That was crazy. But there's only one species. I have it, but I also don't remember the species that is edible. These are milkweed. They are weedy. Like, don't plant them in your main gardens. It's a bad idea. I wish I hadn't on the section over there. There's milkweed coming up in here, and I don't like that. I wish I'd have put it, like, all down the cliff. Lily should get started real soon. Look at this. Here, and then over there, there's like, wait. Where is it? Right here. Look at that. That's all lily pods. Let's get closer. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to bloom like crazy. That's exciting. So, yeah, we got 2 different colors of tree lilies here, and I don't remember which size leaf is which color, but they are sorted by leaf type. These are each off of one original plant that just, when I dug it up, there were a ton of bulbs. One of them's orange, one of them's white. My porch is currently a bike shop. Alliums are doing good. Alright. I guess we'll go down the hill. Or go look at the cliff or something. Iris are still doing really good. There's yellow ones and purple ones, pretty much. That's about it. That's the new Concord grape, which is lineage of the native fox grape. It's the only cultivated native grape. It's Concord. Still got a lot more to do on the cliff, but it is really coming along. Here's some of the milkweed that I dug up and transferred. I got one little sprig of it coming up. But it really is just like this huge root that I dug up. Wherever I put it, I'm screwed. That's where it's going to be. We got pokeweed. And this has been my walking path for access here. That's coming along. I've got the first post placed for this retainer wall, but I need to move this one up. And there's a few more in the weeds there, but like some of these are native weeds that I want to move. I might not entirely be ready for this higher part being a retainer wall, just because there's so much I still need to dig, but I might be ready. Oh, look, there's scapes down here. I had such trouble with spit bugs this year. That's annoying. What's that? That's a weed resprouting. But yeah, look. Scapes. I'd like to put another like terrace going right across here. Just to help again with being able to clean this area up. Because I can't get to that without like falling, you know? And I wildcrafted from a city side weed patch, one out of about, 500 sprigs of a precocious red berry producing native sumac. And so I feel more comfortable, because these are so big and they still aren't flowering. I feel more comfortable keeping these as coppice if I'm going to have at least one that's going to be producing. And I think I'd put it up here because it's a much shorter variety. It doesn't get as tall. I was quite pleased with that. They're like already producing berries when they're like waist height, which is excellent. The new ouch. You're a bugger. I may have to really trim this even more. Keep hitting my leg off of this piece of tree. If I cut it here, it would still resprout. These rock elms are beasts. They're beastly little native trees. They will do the thing. They will. Yeah, so these are all, the new willows are set in. I think I'm going to pull this snake root out. Oh, well, that works too, I guess. And this as well. The new willows are set in, and they're not doing too bad. The other ones are set in real deep. They want more sun than this, so let me move that leaf. But, oh, actually, that's sprouting. Let me leave that there. It's shading it nicely, huh? Live and learn. Oh, that is sprouting too. Look at that. I put the rocks in to kind of protect it, and also to kind of give it a little bit of shade, but not too much. These little guys are typically, these are the Tree of Heaven seedlings that you want to get rid of. They have a good look like that. Those are extremely invasive trees that release a soil toxin while they're growing so that they can take over an area. And they seed, as you can tell. They seed like crazy because everything I'm pulling right here is one of those. And I see 4 more over there, and yeah, so this tree here, they smell terrible too. I don't know why they called them Tree of Heaven. They're horrible trees. They need a more apt, common name for sure. But yeah, that one, and then there's one here and one here. Yeah, these 2 branches right there that still are that tree, but I can't like get to them. They're just a little too far for me to reach. Yeah, struggling. And that's, we had if you go back and search my videos and look for the one that was blacklight sensitive wood and tree identification, it has a lot of similarities between this and that. That is the same as this, which is a native good guy. Very spreading tree though, colony and thicket forming. Whereas this is just a single tree, but it kills its surroundings in other ways and reseeds like mad, so it may as well be a thicket. Pull up some of these plants that I know it's my fault they're here. This is the one invasive that is specifically my fault. I didn't know any better when I planted it. Learned pretty quick. Oh, look, the honey locusts are doing really well. Look at that. They looked dead for so long. Oh, they're all so happy. It's good to see that. I planted some more just below here, but I haven't gotten down to see yet, and I don't think I want to right now. Ha! Robin, chipmunk, all kind of wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, down here, oops, there, that's the focal distance. Down here, all of my sunchoke's greenery got eaten. That's okay. They'll grow back. They just might not flower as profusely this year. It's just kind of how it is. Yeah, everything in pots is available. If you're interested, let me know. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in local pickup only. More so, here's another one of those trees. More so even than usual because my bike is upside down on the porch. And that's my electric bicycle, my only motorized mode of transport. So it's out of commission right now. Alas, what can you do? Oh, this sucker's finally showing its leaves, I bet. I bet this weird twisty tree that's growing out of a rabbit or groundhog hole. See the hole? And then you see this that was growing underneath a whole bunch of weeds that are now blocking my stairs up there. Yep, black walnut. That is how hardy black walnut trees are. Is that insane or what? Holy cow. You can't kill them, but they will kill a lot of plants around. Like, if you're gonna plant a black walnut tree, look up black walnut tolerant plants, and you'll get the Penn State University Extension's listing. It's very comprehensive. You can always test for more, but the nice thing about black walnut trees is they typically keep anything that isn't native away. And typically they only release high levels of the soil toxin that they're known for. It's called jugulone. It's also part of their botanical name, says jungulone in it too. But that's what they're known for. And they typically only release high amounts of it if they're under stress, like this one is. Yep. But obviously the native grape doesn't care. I've read that the Concord grape is also a native and also doesn't care. I was going to plant that Concord grape down here, but I'll probably just layer it serpentine style and get a second one of it and bring it down here once it's going. Oh, look at that. That is a locust tree, but it's gonna have thorns. Huh, I guess that's what that root is that I cut. It's gonna have thorns, so I might have to fight with that one. But the good news about fighting with a plant like that is it releases a ton of nitrogen while you do battle. Every time you cut greenery off of it, it drops some of its roots underground from the stress. And when it drops some of its roots underground, the little nitrogen nodules that it's formed, because it's in the legume family, like beans and peas. Yeah, there are trees in the beans and peas family. When it does that, it feeds the soil. So that's actually not a bad thing. Slightly annoying, but not bad. And then I've got a couple of seedlings from pokeweed, which is this here, coming up around. So, yeah, the hillside's looking really good. Holy cow, this video got long. I think I better cut this at this point before we, just go a whole half hour yakking about plants. Because you know I can. If you've ever visited, you know I can go longer than that too. So, alright, that is a very thorough tour with a lot of updates on the Cliffside, and I hope you're having a really good day. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you made it to the end of this, you obviously like my content, because, this is me. This is me just rambling and showing you the garden, and I do this a lot. So, happy almost midsummer, and I hope you're safe, healthy, and well. Take care. Bye.